see? We say this, and you go like this. You ready? Here we go. Let's translate. You say, we don't understand some of that stuff, so we say like this. We say, ooh. See how they try? See? So everybody can see this video and see games that some play. So we say, we don't know anything about the thief from Mississippi. You see? And that all good peoples work together for the better of mankind. We call that a miracle. See? A miracle. And a miracle is America. And my grandmother from Tennessee would say, I cannot believe it. It's working. And then we say, well, those South American Latinos would say, what a wonderful thing. See? And then we say, the French would say, oh, it's amazing. They say, tu es très bien. Well, they say they went to school and learned the French, but the Frenchman down there said, hey, you ever say you're beautiful? I was like, I don't know. Or I love you. They say, tu es très bien. See? So, tu you tray bill. And tu ye trade bill. See? The Federal Trade Commission for Trade and Fair Trade Practices was the 2U Trade Bill. See? The trade bill was, well, trading ideas and information for technology to do what? Fix everybody's problems. So, like, what is that? Well, it must have been one of them Navy translators. You know, a Navy SEAL. So, they go, what's that? They go, well, they say, we got a lot of them now. They all over America. And they say, what's national security? Well, they made this funny little movie about this guy who was trying to find a nice girl, and everybody was messing with him. So they say, hey, you ever watch that golf game show? It's from Adam Sandler. They say, Happy Gilmore. You see? And then they say, well, you know, they had the do-over thing. And it's like a do-over. Yeah, that's a fresh, clean slate for everyone. And it's supposed to be, we're going to parachute in, and we're going to do this cool stuff. What's a parachute? Well, you see, most people was like, parachute, you know? Big parachute from Mars thing. Boy say last summer, he said, hey, there's a problem with your parachute design. Like, well, they kept dangling this thing over here like a little treat, going, hey, it's a distraction here. Here's a little treat, come on. We have the Mars rover, and we're going to drop it down, and because it couldn't touch down to the surface, well, we got this little string holding this thing like a hangman shit. So, little boy said, hey, I'm going to call these guys and say, your parachute design is all messed up. It could be done better. Then he started explaining atomic structures and air pressures and the difference between the lighter air and the denser air and the radiation effects and all this other stuff. And he's drawing this stuff. And he said, hey, what else you got? He said, how you protect the place? He said, well, the tanks, you dig these big holes, they fall in, and they can't do anything but shoot upward, so they can't destroy anything. So they go, what's that? He says, well, a lot of those people said, look up to God. And he goes, what's that? We go, well, we look up in the sky and we see the clouds every day, so it can protect you from the sun. And we go, cool. And then, what's that, man? And he goes, well, everybody had their heads so high in the clouds. We were like, oh, what's that? Cloud 9? And he says, no, they had high school. Remember? High school, they were smoking all that weed and trying to figure out what was in everybody's heads. Digital satellite system. See? And we had rock and roll high school, so we could have rock and roll music. And we had all this other music. And they think, what's the Trinity? Well, it's the three, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. See? White people do that. Indian people do that. Everybody do that. What's the power of three? We'll go, okay. Well, don't forget about the heritage of the, what? Island people. They're like, wait, what's that? Well, it's Bob Marley. He said, I heard it from three little birds. We got one love. One love. And what's one love? That's one nation educating love love it all. You see? They say, what did Trump say? Such a horrible man. And it says, not so horrible. He said, take what you need was trick question. Go to the grocery store and get out of this, take what you need. Just take what you need. So everybody think they go to the grocery store getting groceries. They got carts overflowing. They got carts with a little bit of stuff in it, They say, go to this store. Hey, boy, go to the store and, hey, they don't have any hamburger meat. They say, well, give me some sandwich can anyways. Why you want to get a sandwich can, that someone else can use, and you ain't got no hamburger meat? So the little boy said, yeah, put it back because they can't use it. You see, little trick questions. And they say, Trump say, what do you say? He said, make America great again. So I says, okay. He says, take what you need. There's plenty to go around. So everybody want to talk to this kid or that kid, and nobody want to be fair about it. So we say, Federal Trade Commission, Fair Trade Act. They go, what's a Fair Trade Act? We go, the CARES Act. Because of the failure to care, everybody now can learn how to care about each other everywhere. I'm going to say, what's that? Well, Creative America. Creative America could have been the Northeast, could have been the Southeast, could have been the Northwest, the Southwest. Nobody knows. It could be California for CA. But CA might be over somewhere in another state. Calling angels. Restore education. The CARES Act. See? Call angels. Restore education. Solutions. See? It said America was a nation of solutionists and ingenuity. See? So the history is we had witch doctors. Which ones? We don't know. Yeah, could have been Indian medicine doctor, could have been Southern medicine doctor, Northern medicine doctor, overseas Chinese medicine doctor, could be any kind of medicine doctor. They say, what's that? Solutions are not just the solutions of the pills that you eat. It's solutions for the mind through education and training. Well, what's that? Well, the military had some training, and these other people had training. They lend this training to them, this training to them. Everything got crazy, and who cares? We say CARES Act. You see? The new bill of legislation said CARES Act. And all these legislators and little bills and stuff had earmarks. See? And they call it earmarks because they had ears. This person understand, this person understand. They're trying to get how everybody understands something. They go error marks. You see? Error marks. Everybody made errors and mistakes. The little boy go to the courthouse down there in 2010. He said, correct your errors and move along. He says, not errors, errors. That means nobody's fault. Hey, it's God's fault. Who knows? Act of God, He said errors. So he goes, what's that? Well, maybe it was the Aries project, Hey, you see Chinese calendar? What, you like stars and stuff? And they go, are you an Aries? Be an Aries project for good. Are you a Pisces? Okay. What's that? Pi. 314? See Pisces? Or are you an Aquarius? A spirit bearer? Who cares? The astrological chart is the astral plane. See? Astral plane? Well, where'd it come from? I don't know. Maybe the Americans made it. Maybe China made it. Maybe the South Americans made it. Who knows? That plane is so fast, nobody can see it, but it sure is doing a lot for the world.